Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4 Episode 81 with me, Sid, and I am now back from my little brief holiday in Greece. Well, actually, I haven't even gone yet because I'm re-recording, but as you're watching this, I'm back. Or if you're watching this, you know, somewhat after the return at the published date, I've been back a while. Whatever. Yeah, all the same. Anyway, we are where we left off over in Winterfell, Grand's base, where we have gone as far as here and we've put this wall in. The job for today, ideally, is to try, well, not go into too much detail over what's over there, is to try and get these gatehouses in. So this is the south gate. Get these walls all built up, the towers all built up, and certainly as far as this lot is, if we feel masochistic, we may try and get the walls around the, I think it's called the God's Wood, and this will be where the tree and the pond go. I think it's the God's Wood anyway. So, first order of business, we need to break... Oh, mushrooms, nom nom. We need to break... Is it the God's Wood? Yeah, God's Wood. A whole load of cobble and make cobblestone. My inclination is to... Have I got any burny firewood? I've got burny firewood up there, so we should be alright. Let's have a look at my body temperature. Is still okay. It's not actually that cold yet, so we can come in here, grab you, we can grab you, and we can, there's another one there, and we can grab you, and we can plop you down and basically hammer these away. Now I've got another 5 fresh rubble hammers, so basically I'm going to make cobblestone, make a lot of cobblestone, and then there we go, one rubble hammer gone already, you see, but that's fine because I was expecting it. And get these walls built. That's the first job. So yeah, I don't think I'll time-lapse making cobble. I can't imagine it's the most interesting thing in the world. So what we'll do is I will see you in a short while when I've got a whole bunch of cobble. Alright, got a whole load of stone, plus a bit more. We have also got some cobblestone that we've already made, but let's just get these made up. This is 5 blocks from the quarry. So yeah, this was not a trivial amount of stone. This is not going to be quite as impressive. And maybe that. Oh wow, that was actually an exact number. Okay. So we can grab you. Not those, because those are the little chisel bits. You, and you. Right, so do we... do I go this way? Or, but I do need... Well, maybe I don't need. Let's have a peek. What is that? Why has that got a little nipple there? Well, we definitely need some more of this to go across, but I'm not sure. And it needs to be at that level. So yeah, that's fine. Have I got any? And if not, cracked granite ashlar blocks are the what we're after. Presumably that one's chiseled, yes. And the recipe for that. Oops, it's not R, is it? This thing is granite ashlar blocks. Did you leave me with any, Gran? Or do I need to go and get some more? Granite ashlar blocks and oh, we've got 64, that's better. Let me just dig that one away. And then another 49 there. Okay, we were okay, but I don't need to make them. Right, so we're just going to need to replace. I assume this must be a correction. By correction, I mean this must be so. Let's just put all of this in. I know technically some of these ones you won't see, but it makes it easier to know what's what and where. And then just take that out as well, just so we're fully aware of what's what. Let's take you out, and then we'll pop these all the way down, because they will be visible from this side. Let me get rid of that and I can pick up some of these dirt blocks as well. No, bad blocks. I think I'm picking up the packed ones at the moment, aren't I? Yes, okay, that's fine. Well, once we've got this laid out, and you know my thoughts on these, they should not be visible. So you either put a block of dirt in, or take the dirt out and replace it with stone, so it's clear it's got a foundation. But we're going to need more. It's my gut feeling. But yeah, that's easy enough done, isn't it? Right, so I'll get this done, and then I am going to start with the cobble, so I'll be cutting straight into the time lapse. I'll see you in a moment. As you can see, 10 blocks of granite doesn't go far. So that's my kind of methodology, my process, if you like, is I like to frame out my build and then fill in the build. So framing this out gives me an idea. You start to get a feel for the shape and the size of it all. The next thing we're going to need to do is, well, first go and get some more granite, quite a bit more granite, and possibly going to have to go and grab some more clay as well at some point. My clay is going down quickly, but that's fine. We know where there's lots and lots of clay. One of the reasons why I keep marking it. If you've heard the wolves howling, by the way, this is the pit of death that is, yeah. just try not to think about it. Certainly don't go jumping in there. So my next job is to grab my splitter plugs and head down into the granite mine and probably get myself probably 30 or 40 blocks of granite. How am I for clay? I'm alright for red clay at the moment. It's not too bad. Yeah, we're doing alright. But what we do need is we need those and those. And that should be it. And then we can head off to the a build like this. I mean, we often have discussions on the server about the angel belt and whether we should have it, whether we, it's not an easy question to answer, because builds like this would be almost impossible. I'm not going to say they would be impossible. I think that is a broad statement, which I think that should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and then that should be. Oh, let me slow down a bit. Other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing can spawn down here because we've got the night watcher up above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the argument against it is obviously it's creative flight almost. Well, it is creative flight. The argument for it is our builds, whilst not creative, would be very difficult or almost impossible without the thing, this kind of stuff. It just would. Like I say, I'm not going to say it's impossible, because I do believe very few things are impossible. But there's impossible and there's next to impossible. And just because something's not impossible doesn't mean it can't be hugely difficult. So yeah, it's a bit of an interesting concept, really, and a kind of a moral debate, which is why I've kind of gone in with the I'll not use it for exploring, because it does make that trivial, without a doubt. However, this is important. So yeah, we'll strip this down a few more layers and I'll be back in a moment. Well, I think we're only getting one layer. It was temporarily stable, but getting further down it's getting less temporally stable, so we'll just do one layer for now. This will drop the night watcher down a level as well, so I can't move that because Gran placed it, but I can drop it, and this will give us 49 pallets of rock. So not trivial. There you go, sir. You just sit there and let me get the hell out of here. I think that was a chug. I don't think. I mean, that was a terrifying sound, but that was definitely a chucking. I don't know where the chucking is. Oh, it's there. Awful sound though. That's enough to make anybody kind of question the sanity. But yeah, a lot of stone, which gives me another pass at getting more of the walls in. So the next step is probably to start filling in the towers, because once the towers are filled in, we can fill in the walls. Once they're filled in the walls, we can chisel the towers and get them round, and then with all of that in place, we can then get in and start putting the tower on that side, get that sorted. We still need to work out what we're going to do with this here. I'll put an arch or something in, and we'll make it like open so they come in. There's I don't honestly know. I think they brought those in with snow. I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, you've got snow, and we just need to work out what we're going to do there. This will go in, this will all go in, and the world will be good and happy. Or at least good. Can't guarantee the happy. But next, I need to hammer more of this stone. Be back in a bit. Alright, we got the wall in. And the towers. Well, we'll ignore what Gran's up to over there. But yeah, we got the towers in, the gate going there, we got the walls all the way blocked in, towers here, walls all the way blocked in here. There's going to be some kind of gate here that goes through to the Godswood, and I'm going to have to work out how to do that. I'm probably going to do an arch with a couple of heavy doors holding it. So I've put the lid on this. We need to go around and get this tower on, and then I'm going to continue on around here. But the next thing I'm going to be doing is apparently pressing stop record rather than slow down. The next thing I'm going to be doing is putting these in, just to get the walls up and at least looking solid. Not the towers yet. The towers are going to need those tops on them, so we're going to have to go and work out how to make one of those, and then go and make one of those. So there, that's the next kind of job, and then we're going to round off all of the towers. I think that's going to be I mean, this has been already a significant piece of work. I've been recording this for about 2 days now, give or take. This cobble is just, it goes nowhere. I mean, I've used, of the 49 pallets of stone, I've already used, I think it's probably around about 20 of them just to get to this point. Had to go out and mine more clay. I'm going to go use another pallet to make more of these by the looks of things, because I don't think I'm going to have enough. And this is a full pallet's worth of stone just to make these stones here. But yeah, we're making progress, and that's the main thing. because with progress becomes, you know, a feeling of completion. I think the wall will. This is going to sound stupid and obvious, but a walled keep like this, to feel complete, needs a wall. Yeah, no, yeah, it was a proper insight, that, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more. So, by having the walls up, even if this is, you know, pre battlements, just having the walls will give you that sense of completeness that you need. And then obviously as the buildings go up, it'll start to fill out and it'll start to feel alive. And then I've not really spoken to Gran about how she's planning to do the paths, whether she's going to do path blocks or what. Yeah, plenty of that going. I need yeah, we've used we've used over half of the things. Now I need to basically go at this again. So yeah, you go through some materials building at this scale, so which is why we have mods. The mods make a lot of this possible, or at least not to the point where possible, to the point where you don't feel quite suicidal at the end of what you're doing. I have also been out gathering more resources. I've got more bricks. I also went out and gathered not that one, some aged logs and aged wooden planks and stuff, because we're going to need those. So there's quite a bit, and there's more in the tent bag. So all good. So I'll get these finished off, and then I think we'll get the pantograph and start applying the curves to the towers. And once we've done that, we can start looking at putting the top on the gates. Maybe I'll get the top on all of the gate houses, because that will be a nice. What I tend to find is that these are a lot easier. I had to go back home and get a normal chisel. You can't use a true chisel for that. So that was an annoyance, because it's not something I have a lot of. I don't think this is the only normal chisel that I have. So yeah, we'll get that done. We'll get these rounded off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of those towers to round, and I will be back with you once that's done. Right, we're on the last bit of the circling of the towers, and I spotted that I'd somehow missed this interior. So when I went round and chopped out the corners and then brought this corner in, that's because I know the circle just clips into this block, so it doesn't go in that block on the outside, it goes in this block on the inside. And yeah, might as well build them to work. Things like, I can't remember which circle piece I've got, and I'm doing these from the outside because they don't always go all the way to the bottom, or at least in the version I'm doing they don't. That can probably go there. I'm going to do that actually, but that I think will change to dirt. So this, for example, because it kind of meets into the wall there, just seems to naturally lend itself to just stopping part way down. And I'm desperately trying not to catch any spoilers for Gran's build behind me, where she is doing her best to depopulate the server of aged wood, I think. So yeah, this dirt structure behind me is the kennels. That's where the well, I assume the dogs or the dire wolves will be kept. Now, we don't have dogs, so about the best we could either manage is hyenas or wolves. Either way, you wouldn't really want to go in there unarmed. So that's circles in. Circly circles. So the next thing I want to do is I'd like to try and get this pillar finished off, this tower. There is no roof access yet in these. These are all just solid facades of, of stone. And then maybe we'll see about putting the same one on that one and that one over there. And then that will be those, and then it's a matter of doing this lot down the walls. I'm going to have to, I don't have to, but I quite like the lighting down here, so I'm going to put a whole load of torches down on the walls over here. We need to work out what we're going to do in these spaces, but again, that's fine. Need to work out what I'm going to do there, but that's fairly straightforward. It's all copying what we've done realistically. And if I come up here, for example, and have a look at that, that's granite slab and granite rock. So I'm going to need some granite slabs. Now I think I can do that with the saw, can't I? Bang. So that's granite slabs, or at least some granite slabs anyway. I bet I don't have, I've got a little bit of granite rock, not a lot. So I probably want to do, I'll just check, see whether I've got anywhere else, got a little bit more, not a lot still. These are vertical granite slabs. Why are they vertical granite slabs? Is there a reason why I went vertical? I don't know. However, we need Mr. Stubby, and we'll get ourselves a stack or two of these. I'll try and not to give spoilers of Gran's build over there. It's quite far away and it's at early stages, and I'm sure Gran will change it a little bit, but yeah, that's the kind of the point, isn't it? We don't want to give away too much. Right, get rid of my Stubby. Now let me do this. In fact, let me get rid of that for a second. So this is a slab, that is cobblestone, that is a vertical slab, that is just a vertical slab. Okay, so I think we can convert you over to those. And then just, oops, hello, let's not do that. Just get these on. And then we should be able to come around here and go, right, let's do shape and materials. I think they will all be the same, and then we want that like that, and rinse and repeat. Yeah, simple enough. Say this is not really a creative process, this is a duplication process. I'm effectively a 3D printer, but that's fine. Actually, this kind of work is quite cathartic, and you know, you can just get into a groove. Let's say, yeah, just laying down cobblestone takes an age. Right, you, let's have a look at the corner piece. What are you? You are a full piece of cobble and slabs and stone. Okay, fairly certain I should have a, yep. So we should be good to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could put them down and rotate them, but with the angel bell it's just as easy to whiz around like this and do that. Now I need a number of these in vertical mode, because these ones here are just slabs. But these are whole blocks and a stone, so let's change you out for that. Don't know what the corner pieces are yet, but we'll build this up blow by blow until we've got, that's that one, isn't it? These and you are what? Solid stone. Makes life nice and easy. So I'll say, once we've got this one done, I'm going to go and repeat this on the other gatehouses. Right, so you are granite dry stone. That's where we hit the fun and games, isn't it? Yes, it is. Vertical slabs, but I think they were slabs that were facing that way. You are also pretty much the same. So I think you were more like this, as I recall, and it's to do with the way chiseling. These are directional. That is like a, let's have a look, that will be an east-west vertical slab, for example. Whereas if it was on that side, it'd be a west-east, I think. I think that's how it works out anyway. So, placing these can be a little bit fun. And then we'll need the dry stone. And we also need these corner pieces as well, don't we? So I think that will do for those. I just need some dry stone blocks, which I may have some already made. I have 24. Is 24 enough? If not, we basically do that to make them. So again, get the rubble hammer out and things. And there's a cat at my door. Nothing new there, I know. Oh, hang on, that's that one, isn't it? So this is relatively easy. I mean, Gran's done the hard bit, she designed it. Must I say, these battlements are gorgeous. Right, I'm out of that. So let me get this finished. Well, I still need to work out what I'm going to do here, but there's no biggie rush on that, and I'm going to get the other towers done and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I think we're about done for this episode. I've still got that towers to do over there, but I have done these ones. I just need a break. I've been going at granite for what seems like an eternity, and yeah, we've got all the towers in, they're all round. We've got the towers in for this gate, we've got that tower over there, there's a Gran just hovering over there doing Gran stuff. So we've got the towers to do. Oh, I know what I haven't done. You know when you look at something and you go, what have I done wrong there? There we go, much better. Yeah, so I've got all of the crenellations to go around the edge, and then we've got to go and look at, let me just try, and I'm just desperately trying not to give away Gran's build down there. So these need to go on the top of each tower, and I need to basically duplicate these, at least the things. I don't know whether, so Gran had said that she's gone away from things and she's gone to, let me just go, she didn't like the way the stairs came up, so she's added ladders to the top here, and yeah, I think that was probably the right call. We need to work out how to make that work. This works fine once we've got the stuff on it, but yeah. Oh, and that's new. Shine. Oh, spoiler alert. But it is getting warmer up here. It's spring, and the snow has gone. The ice is melting in the lake, so we'll be able to do a lot more work up here. I'm going to do work between episodes because, again, I don't really want to be doing more massive episodes of working on these. Oh, that gate needs doing. I need to have a chat with Gran, because my thoughts, this is just how I kind of think about this, is the only entrance and exit to the Godswood is going to be through this gate here. There's going to be no other entrance. So from an invading point of view, you don't really need, I don't think this wall needs to be as high. I think you could get away with maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 high, and actually 6 high with small towers. Because even if an invading army actually penetrated the Godswood and came in this way, and they're like, come on, attack, go and get the Starks, kill them, House Lannister, or whatever Game of Thrones stuff that would actually be accurate, they're still going to be bottlenecked by this small postern gate. So 2 decent gates and a force of arms here would be able to bottle them right up. Plus, of course, you've got the walls, so from above they can be shot down on. We can shoot down on them from, it's. So I would question whether this wall would be as tall as the main keep wall. So I'll have a chat with Gran, because obviously it will save material. That's probably the primary cause, is like save material. And then we need to talk to Gran about how she's planning to do this, because I think this is described as being a black water with a tree with red leaves in it. That's going to be interesting to do. We could also need to use the tent bag trick to bring more grass over to get this lot filled in. I don't know whether, well, you can't do it where the trees are, that's just not going to happen. But any dirt we put down here is just not going to grow. It's because this is desert. But on that note, I think we're going to call this episode an episode, and I'm not sure how long it is. I don't think it's quite as long as even though it's much longer in terms of recording time, because there's a lot of time lapse and stuff. I don't think it is as long. But we'll get on next time, and hopefully I'll have some more of these walls done between episodes. So yeah, still got a fair amount of resource left. All of my wood has gone over to Gran's secret project over there. Secret project. Yeah, stop and collaborate and listen. No, yeah, we'll just pop those away for now. Well, as well as that, and well, that can go in there as well. And this lot can just all go away for the time being. But yeah, I think I can probably change out of my winter woolies now as well, which will be nice. Did it get a bit sweaty? But on that note, I think we're going to call this one an episode. I'm going to put my winter woolies away. Proper boots, leggies, panties. And I will see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.